What is going on, guys? This is All Gaming with my first review of Kekkai Sensen, or Blockade Battlefront Episode 1. And for the first episode, to me, it was actually pretty good and definitely enjoyable. It obviously, caught my interest because that's why I'm bringing you, a review of it. So the episode itself, it starts off with this guy named Leonardo, or Leo for short. He is now writing a letter to a girl named Michelle, who we learn is definitely, his sister. And so we see now that, like, Leo, he went to the city of New York that is definitely, a lot different compared to normal. And we see now that when the episode started off, we see that they were like this huge battle going on. And we see all these people that have very special abilities. They were all fighting. Now, we saw people, with like weapons. We saw, like using different kind of techniques, and we even see someone, from like my understanding, she did, like some kind of transformation, unless that was like some other character. But overall, this city, it is definitely not normal, and so we learn now from Leo that New York here, because that is what the city is based on. It was once changed now due to a gate of the other world opening, and that right there changed this world drastically. And so now we see humans. They were not living with like these creatures or monsters, what we want to call them, even demons. They were all living in harmony, but even so, like not all of them, were good, because we did see that like one demon or creature, it was, robbing a bank. But our character Leo here, he does have some pretty bad luck, as we see now that a monkey stole his camera, and obviously, he was like chasing it to get it back. And so now we see that the bank robber, he was like able to shoot, like some kind of missile from like his hands, because we did see it transform, and that right there, caused this explosion. And so we see now Leo, he was able to dodge it. But obviously, he still got, hit by the aftermath of it. But it did, allow him to meet this other character named Zap, who we did see fighting, in the opening. So that right there, was interesting, because obviously this right here is the first time, having, any interaction. But we see now that when Leo, meets Zap, obviously, like Leo knows about him, because he says the word Libra, and that right there, it's like some kind of hint, like a part of Zap's character. But now go back in time a bit, and we see now, like what we're having with Leo, and how he lost his camera. And so we see now that there was this diner that Leo always went to, because we saw him pretty close with like this waitress named Vivian, because her name will reveal later on in the episode. And so we see that this monkey, it was definitely not your old regular monkey, but it was actually called a sonic monkey, and normally human eyes cannot keep up with them. So Vivian was wondering, how in the world did like Leo see them or see it, because Leo was chasing it, and somehow he was like able to, somehow he was able to actually keep up with, even though it had the name Sonic Monkey, because obviously they can move pretty fast. And so pretty much, we go back to what we saw in the first episode. I mean, beginning of the episode, where Leo was like chasing it. But obviously, after he had met Zap, and Zap thinking that like he was somebody else, he took him to the Libra base, or at least one of them. And that right there is where we meet another man, named Klaus, who I'm guessing is like one of their leaders. And for some reason, or at the moment, I am forgetting, that a female name, but we did learn now that like Zap made a mistake, because over here was the wrong guy. But I do believe it was like only because Leo either impersonated him, or maybe Zap, or maybe Zap really did get it wrong. But obviously Leo, he came here for a reason, and that right there was like to find out the truth about something. And so now we see that our main protagonist, antagonist. Right now, I'm not sure, how to say his name. I think it's like, I think like Femid or something like that. But pretty much this guy, he is the king of depravity. And so we see now this guy right here, he actually had, this master plan. And we see now that the robber from earlier, he actually has some demon gate open up, inside of him, and that right there, unleashed, like some kind of a ogre beast. And we see now that this ogre spirit or something, it actually killed all these cops that were like surrounding him, and that right there, was pretty intense. I had no idea that this series, would be so gory. But we see now that the monkey, he also had a gate, like not open, and like inside him, but above him, because from the end of the episode we had learned the truth. But obviously, like when his gate opened up and we saw this demon come out, it actually cut the building, like not in half, but definitely at an angle on the top floor. And now we see Klaus. This guy actually protected, like Leo. And we see now Leo was like able to see what had happened, and so now like we have the king here. He actually wants to to kill the monkey, but Leo like Leo knows that right there is definitely not necessary, because that demon gate, it did not open from inside of him, and so now we learn more about Leo's past. And this right here, I'm guessing that it's from where New York first changed, because we learned now that his sister, she can actually never walk, and they actually came to New York to see if they could find a cure for her. And so we see now that like Leo, for some reason, that right there kind of like ticked them off. I'm not really sure why, but we see now that like some demon, it had appeared before him and his sister, and so we see now that like Leo, he was actually pretty terrified, and he actually couldn't move, and we see now that he could not move or like even speak. So his sister Michelle, I believe that was their name, she actually stepped up now, and she told the demon that like if he needed anything from somebody, to take it from her. And that right there took a lot of guts. But like somehow, even though she said that, Leo was the one to actually get like the demon eyes, or the god eyes as they're called. And so now we see that like with these eyes, I'm guessing Leo can't see anything. But now we have that girl chasing that monkey, and then we have all these like mechanized soldiers surrounding like Klaus, Zap, and Leo. And so now we see Klaus here, and this guy is a freaking beast. We see now that like he has some kind of like I'm not really sure like what's the way to describe it, but his fighting style, like his blood martial arts style, that right there was impressive. I was definitely digging that, and I cannot wait to see more Klaus. I do hope that he does get a lot of screen time, and we can see him fight some more, because so far I was digging him. But now we have Zap and Leo. They were now chasing a monkey, because obviously the ogre, he like waiting for the gate to open again, because if these two combine, the one from the robber and the one from the monkey, if these two demon gates or the demon from the gate combine, then that right there will be like very troublesome, because we saw now that the ogre that was out so far, it was definitely not complete. And so now we see that even though they were trying, they did equipment like one attack, and we see now that attack right there, it actually messed up that diner where like Leo goes to, and we see now that like Vivian and I'm guessing the cook, they got caught up in that. And so now we see Leo, like he definitely matures, but not only that, he also mans up a lot, because he was like definitely ready to do what he needed to. But now we see now that the ogre like appeared out of nowhere, and this ogre was like so freaking fast, but like so is Zap as well, and Zap actually saved him, and that was impressive. Now Zap's fighting style, that right there was like epic. I loved it, especially like how he used the flame sword, and he actually was like able to like make the flames. And I thought maybe his weapon came from like his own blood, but that right there was not the case, as he actually made it from like a lighter. And we see now that even though he was like doing work on this ogre, it was somehow able to regenerate. And that right there like definitely made me curious if like all these demons like had that ability, because I gotta say, this demon was like coming back from everything, and I do want to know how many times would it be able to do that. But now we see now that like Leo, he knew what he had to do, and he was, and he was worried at first that he might actually have to, kill this monkey, even though the monkey did nothing wrong. But with those god eyes of his that we did see, he was able, to like only, get the bug and not hurt the monkey, and that right there definitely, upset the king. And so now we see now we see that even when the king was upset, he did calm down a bit. And now, we have Leo here, like, being a hero. And so at the end, we have Klaus here. He was talking to someone. I'm guessing, it was like some other, like high member of the Libra organization. And so we see now that at first, that like they were rather worried. But if Leo ever does become a problem, they do have ways to like deal with him. And so now we see that even though this bar or this diner, even though it was destroyed, they were still open for business, and that right there, it was kind of strange. But now we have Leon and Vivian, having a good time. But there was like this one guy behind them who definitely, struck me as creepy, and that right there was like pretty much where the episode ended at. So overall, for the first episode, like I said, to me it was definitely good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And overall, I'll probably give it, maybe a 7 out of 10, because like I said, it was pretty good. But to be honest though, like the first half of it, what was like Leo chasing that monkey, that right there didn't really get me interested. But it was like afterwards where they were like chasing that monkey, that right there is what like won me over overall. So overall, like I hope you guys let me know what you think, because I would love to hear it. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps me out. And as always, you guys take it easy. I will see you all next time.